Welcome everybody to another episode of the coreVISION story. Today we're going to be meeting with the partners Brent Thoman, Bo Browning, and Jason Pike as we talk about where they see coreVISION going in the future. You know, this is going to be the final episode in this little series about the coreVISION story that kind of, you know, pulls everything together and then says this is where we're at today. You know, we talked about that before and how we got here, and then as we go into the future, we want to say, you know, this is just kind of the vision that these guys have for this firm, you know, as we go. You know, because in this industry, you know, we have a range of clients. You know, we got to figure out what we're going to do as we bring clients on that are younger and how we support them going into the future while maintaining, you know, clients of different age ranges in there. So these guys are going to talk about that today as we move into the future, how we plan for that and how we structure the organization in such a manner.
Brad, I feel like you usually have like a big smile or almost like a giggle when he starts these out, and we're missing that today, so I'm glad to see you smile.
They actually talked about that in the first video. We did.
They were like, the video that I did while I'm wearing these clothes. I'm in the same clothes in two videos.
So much.
Oh yeah, good point.
I almost brought another shirt. But
I think Jason is probably the best to talk about the client. We are always thinking about our clients and how they view it. And even though sometimes clients don't voice it, they are thinking, you know, what happens if something happens to my advisor or something happens to coreVISION in a greater capacity?
Yeah, it's to speak to the first part of that. You know, way back when Bo and I kind of first started on our own, and when Brent was kind of, you know, on his own in working with his dad. Our models are very similar in the fact that we kind of try to keep the client in the middle. It's a client-centered service model for us, and you know, our goal with this service model is to make every client really feel like they're not a number. You know, that they're actually, you know, a client. They're, you know, they are who they are, and they don't feel like they're bothering us by calling and asking a question, or, you know, we're all able to get back with somebody usually, you know, typically within 24 hours. And the only way we can really do that is by, as we add clients, you know, from a capacity standpoint, each of us, there's only so much time in a day, and believe it or not, we're not, you know, perfect people. We're not a superhero, even though some people might think we are. Yeah, so it's you know, it's one of those things where we've got to continually add people we surround ourselves with the right people here at the office. We've done so. You know, the clients that started with us way back when, all the way through Brent's clients when we merged our offices together in 2015. You know, people have really come to notice that we have grown, and you know, we want to make sure that people know that we're not just growing to grow. I mean, there's a purpose behind this. It's one of those things where we have to grow internally in order to keep the clients in the center of this process, and to make clients continue to feel that way. Bo mentions it all the time. You know, the boutique feel. You know, we want to keep that, and no matter what size internally we are, that's what allows us to do so. So, hiring the right people, you know, bringing on the right team members, that's really a focus for us, as well as, you know, servicing our clients that we've had for all these years.
And I would say, as an ancillary thing to that, you know, to put people's mind at ease, you know, Jason, Brent, and I have also, you know, made sure that we have documentation that should one of us become disabled or, you know, die, unfortunately. You know, I hate talking about those things, but we have put those documents in place to make sure that our clients are protected and know that they're in good hands, being left with someone else. It's important for us to know, or to have our clients know, that coreVISION is going to exist beyond Jason, Bo, Brent, and everyone else here that's on this team, the valuable assets that we have. So I just wanted to make that clear.
I'll go along with Jason. We want that boutique feel. I was with my father for so long. He made everyone feel like they were the only client, which is great. But we understand the business as we grow, that becomes harder and harder. As Jason said, we want to continue to add more advisors, more staff as we get larger to continue that feel. But we want everyone to understand that just because it might be my client or Jason's client from 20 years ago, we want them to feel that they're as comfortable with Bo's clients comfortable with me, or as having Brett, things like that. People that have the same culture, the same idea that service is where we're at, and that's the thing we want our clients to understand is we're here to help you. You're not just number 10 on the list. You're the same person that was 20 years ago. But as we grow, we want to add people like Andrea and Brett and continue to do that so we can continue to service everyone and make them feel like they're still the number one in our book.
And merging with Brent really started all those discussions because we suddenly had a book of business from both of those mergers that was large enough that these conversations were warranted. And as we continue to expand and grow that, those conversations get more in depth, and obviously we want to make sure that we have the proper planning in place so that our clients don't have to worry about what happens if something happens to my contact.
So I think, part of doing the right thing for a client is having these conversations and making sure, that the business survives, past that, saying that, there's generational clients out there, as that those assets move down generations, we want to make sure that we can continue to support those and those assets through that generational transfer. So moving forward, coreVISION, we talk about that, and as we grow our assets and our clients, there's going to be additional services we want to offer here, right? With Andrea coming on board and getting her CFP, and now taking on the financial planning, and Grant Reeves now, having the legal background and licensing that can now offer estate services. As that umbrella gets bigger and those services, that's just a natural direction for that to go in as we grow. So that's all in the best interest of our client.
And I think clients feel comfortable knowing that if we don't have the answer in the room, we have now added team members that we can immediately go to and get that answer.
Right.
That's been the nice part, because when it was either Jason and I on an island or Brent on an island, you got to call some legal team, or you've got to call home office and 1-800 sit and wait to get an answer. So that's been crucial, I think, for us is having answers on demand for clients as they need them.
Right, and that's an answer that keeps coming up in these videos is the team, right? You got CFPs and lawyers, and you get all of this experience on this team. Like you said, it's not, okay, let's go place a phone call to a outside, service, and then we got to wait and call back. It's we could actually just go get that person and talk to them right now.
Absolutely. And Brett, to that point, I'd be remiss if we didn't mention, Jenny and Sandy and Audrey down in our Nashville office. They're the frontline defense. They are able to take client phone calls, whether it be a beneficiary change or something that needs to be done for distribution or contribution, change of a bank. What's been nice is Brent, Jason, and I have been able to unlearn that, because we no longer really have to do it. They can get it done in the snap of a finger, and they are such a huge asset from a time efficiency standpoint for us that I just want to make sure that they understand how valuable what they do is on a day in and day out basis for us.
Because that realistically, as you grow and as clients you have more clients, the service request side does nothing but grow with that. And so, if it were up to the four of us, and all the advisors, 5 of us, however many we have now, if it were up to all of us to have to do all those service requests in addition to talking to our clients and meeting with our clients and planning for our clients, a lot of that stuff didn't get done. Those service requests have to get done. Yeah. And what that does is it just pulls us away from those things that in turn, that you as clients value. So, we've got to be able to keep those up and those folks as the frontline defense for helping us. It's just, it's invaluable.
Brent was mentioning this before. the culture fit. We've been very lucky,
You bet.
blessed. When we do bring someone on board, we have a few steps that they go through. We like to use one of those personality index, disc profile type things that have helped us along the way. But adding Brittany, and at one point we had Rainey here. Again, Jenny, Sandy, Audrey, Andrea, now Brett. We have been so lucky with how all of us mesh well together.
Sure.
That the culture fit. That I think that's apparent even to clients that there's a very positive attitude here. Everybody's happy
You bet.
to be here.
And that's really why the core vision, I mean, that's why we talk about team. Everyone has their roles. Even, again, Jason, Bo, I, Brett, and all the other advisors, there's situations that come up that I would say Jason's got a little more experience and much more knowledge than I have. Same thing with Bo, and same thing on the other end for me, is I may have something that Bo and Jason, so we want to be a team for you, not an island, not one person. Obviously, we don't expect you to think we know everything. That's why we go to each one of us, and that's why, as a client, we believe the team's the best concept, because if something does happen or something we don't know, we have someone here in the office that we can go to and get some advice. Or again, unfortunately, if something I would pass, Jason and Bo can go look and see what's been going on for the last 20 years and just step right in. Same thing with Brett. So not that we are trying to move away from having you as the only client, but we want you to have that experience, and we want your experience to be a great one, and we want you to understand that anyone can help you at any time. We don't want you to think that, well, Brent's left for 2 weeks, I got something I need to get done, I gotta wait till he gets back. No, it's the core vision team's gonna take care of it, whether it's Sandy and Jenny, whether it's Bo, Jason, myself, Brett, or Andrea, or whoever it is, we're here to do that for you.
Yeah, great points.
It's a good atmosphere. People like each other, and I think that rubs off. So I'm excited about that, and I think that only makes our transition to the future as we continue to grow easier.
And I think everybody at some point in their lives have a time that they just, may take the long way to work, or may, be like, well, what else is out there for me? Things like that. It just, we've been lucky enough to put ourselves in a position where, I don't feel like I have to take the long way to work. Like, I look forward to coming into the office. I wish I were able to be here more. And it's, it's one of those things where it is a positive experience, and it is due to the culture we have and all the people that we've been able to be fortunate enough to surround ourselves with.
I can schedule you some more late appointments.
Brittany does a good enough job of that. We're good.
Yeah, thanks for watching. We appreciate you guys tuning in, watching these videos, and look forward to doing more of these. Thanks.